Oil jumps as Trump pushes Europe to stop an all energy purchases. Michael, I have not laughed so hard. You have got to read our Substack article that I put out with Trump's talking to the UN. You all, green energy is catastrophic and y'all are bad. You're going to die and you're going to be totally bankrupt if you go to green energy. That's about as bad of a Trump impression as I can do. It's green energy is crap. I mean, this is absolutely the most funny thing I have ever seen in my life. It was fantastic. When you go through, energy is in an era when the United States is now thriving like never before. AI is green and all bankrupt. Y'all are losers. I'm a winner. I think I just busted out laughing at the whole thing. Was absolutely hilarious. But the geopolitical fallout out of this is he basically said, you all need to stop using Russian oil and gas. And currently they use 17 to 18% of the EU uses Russian natural gas right now. So he's not going to put extra sanctions on until they get to that point. But Michael, I did a crayon, and that extra 17% will put Germany, the EU, bankrupt. That extra 17% will bankrupt the EU. That is how close to bankruptcy they are. Can I make myself any clearer? They can't get off Russian oil and Russian natural gas.
No, they can't, because at the end of the day, people want to have air conditioning. They want to have their lights on. The more modernized you get as an economy, the more oil and gas and energy you need to spend. So I think it's funny. I mean, selfishly, I think Trump is trying to prop up the LNG markets. I think he understands and is starting to get a sense of the drill baby drill is great. It's going to lower energy costs, but then you've got to figure out a way to make your domestic energy business profitable, because if it's not profitable, you're going to keep going in this cycle of production drops, oil prices then spike back up, and you go in this cyclical circle. And he wants low cost energy 24/7, which is probably better off in the, from the nuclear space. So I do find it interesting. I think, again, not that this needs to be said, but I mean, a lot of what he's talking about is U.S. focused political gesturing in order to make sure that the industries that he wants to thrive. And that's, of course, what he wants to do. It is, I think you are right in the fact that Europe's not going to get cut up, or they're not going to stop buying Russian oil or Russian gas. They can't, because it's just so close, it's so cheap. We will never be able to compete economically with what Russia can service the war Europe to. So the real question is, what sort of happens from here, and how to maybe we sort of figure out how to solve all that.
But what you're missing is the Siberia 2 pipeline will be absorbing that 17% and taking it to Asia, and they have less than 3 years in order to get off Russian oil and gasoline, period. And they are not going to make it. It does not look good for the EU.